Our next guest stars in Secrets of a Marine's Wife, which is based on a true story about a 19-year-old Marine's wife who went missing, sparking a nationwide search. Soon after her disappearance, a love triangle was revealed. Now here's a look at the upcoming Lifetime movie.
Just yell at me. It's better than this passive-aggressive thing.
I'm just reading the menu.
You said you forgave me.
I did forgive you. I just want to move on.
How are we supposed to move on if we don't talk about it?
What's the point? It happened. I forgive you. What's to talk about?
How about the fact that I've been a horrible wife to you and you don't seem to care the least bit about it? It makes me feel like you don't love me anymore.
We love our next guest, though, taking on the role of the Marine's wife. Please welcome actress Sadie Calvano. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, where's my bell? I always have a bell, Sadie. 1 second. Okay, so first of all, I have to say double congrats because while completing the movie, you had to finish your finals at the same time.
That is true. Well, technically midterms, but that is true.
All right, so
yes.
air high five to you, Sadie. Air high five, high five. Here you go. Boop. All right, so here's the deal. I know you were gonna be able to get into the head of this character because you're a psych major. Doesn't that help you getting into these roles and stuff, figuring out what the character is about? And a lot of people are familiar with this story, but there are others who are not. So before the movie hits Lifetime, help catch everyone up on this headline.
Sure. Well, the story follows Erin Corwin, who married really young and moved to Palm Desert as her newlywed husband was joining the Marines. Shortly after their arrival, she got pregnant and miscarried. And in that miscarriage and all of the emotional trauma with it, her husband was unable to show up in the way that Erin felt like she needed, and she started having an affair with the man who lived next door, which ultimately led to her devastating murder.
All right, so Sadie, when you get a role like this, before the audition, did you know it was ripped from the headlines or that it was a true life story, or did you know after the audition?
Well, I am a bit of a true crime junkie.
Oh, okay.
So I did know that this was ripped from the headlines. I was familiar with the story. Also, I've been in California my entire life, born and raised, so I remembered it being talked about when it happened. Yeah.
All right, so, but this is pretty much the opposite of your role on Mom, which is the award-winning comedy by Chuck Lorre, which completed its final season, and you got to work closely with Allison Janney and Anna Faris. So how would you describe that experience? Because these are two powerhouses in comedy, and you go in, like, you get to get a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean, Mom was the best experience I could have asked for. I was a kid when we started, you know, I was 15 when I booked that job, and I'm 24 now. And so I really grew up on that set, and I feel so lucky that it was with Allison and Anna because they were truly such amazing role models and actors, but truly just amazing people that like really looked out for me and showed me the ropes of becoming a human, you know? And I think that when we look at it, one of the greatest lessons that I have learned from them is that ultimately comedy and drama are really the same thing when we think about the fact that we're just telling story. And a lot of the times, if we look at the funniest moments, when we think about the truth of what's happening to that character, it's normally not so funny. Mm-hmm. It's funny as the audience, as the viewer, but as the character, a lot of the time, that's not the case. And so it was really exciting to get to kind of explore opposite side of the same coin with this job. And it was also my first time really, I mean, maybe second to Why Women Kill, playing someone who was a young woman, not a teenager, which was also really exciting.
All right, so you were 15 when you started that job. How old were you when you worked with some other, you know, actors? I don't know if you've heard of them, Leonardo DiCaprio, Clint Eastwood. How old were you in this picture? Because you worked with them on J. Edgar.
Yeah, I was like 13, I think. Yeah, 13, because I was applying to high school at the time, so definitely 13.
All right, so you're just used to hanging around big-time people. They say you attract what you are. So you're big time, you're attracting the big-time people. What can we say? But by the way, before I even forget, the Olympics are coming up. I was like, if I were your age and working with Clint Eastwood and Leonardo DiCaprio, I would be flipping out. And if you flipped out, it would be for another reason, right? Because you were a gymnast. You're like a gold medalist. Look, oh my gosh, I want to learn how to do splits.
Yes, it's true. That was a part of my history for sure.
So but you were like a gold medalist thing, so it was serious. So if I want to do splits like that, what is one exercise I need to do like daily to get to, I was learning. No, you don't, isn't there stuff you do to but you guys are not the pros. They're telling me stretch. She's the pro. She's the one who's a gold medalist. I don't see your gold medals. They're here telling me. Do tell me, my friend.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they are right. The best thing you can do is stretch, and practice makes perfect. So I think consistency is really going to be your best friend. At the time when that picture was being taken, I was training at the gym close to 60 hours a week.
Oh my God.
So I think for at-home practice, the best thing you can do is to do stretches at home as regularly as you can.
Okay. You're the professional. I'm not listening to these people. They don't know anything about, were they gymnasts? No. So why do I have to listen to them? So now that you've told me, oh, yeah, well, my muchacha was a gymnast. I'll listen to her and you. Thank you so much, Sadie. Such a pleasure to meet you. I'll impress you with my splits next time. Secrets of a Marine's Wife premieres this Saturday, June 19th on Lifetime. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
I'm stretching now, Sadie. You're going to be so proud. Wait and see.
I look forward to seeing the results.
Oh, I will find you. I'll show you.
Good.
All right.
You're pretty flexible, actually.
I know, right? Stop. Oh my God, look at Ben.
My box is too thin. No, I could do this.